Good evening. This is Christopher Bannon with National Service here in Slidell, Louisiana. It was a wet weekend across most of the area, and it looks like we're going to continue to see some light, maybe moderate rain for the first half of the week. But then as we get into the second half of the week, locally heavy rain looks like it could return to the region. More on that after this. Well, hello again. And this is the 48-hour rainfall totals. The weekend was quite wet with the majority of the heavier rain on Saturday. However, we did see light to moderate rain across the region today, and most areas saw probably about half an inch to an inch, but there were some isolated areas that got to 5, maybe even 6 inches across some of the region. Some of the areas that had the heavier rain were just to the southeast of Baton Rouge, near just south of New Orleans, along I-55 around Pike and Emmett County, and then across the Pearl River in Pearl River and Hancock County, where probably the heaviest rainfall fell on Saturday. So let's see what caused the rain this weekend. This right now is a satellite image. It's both the visible and the infrared image. And what you can see is at the beginning is Saturday, where we get a lot of thunderstorms develop along the coast. We get a break, kind of heat up again, and then we see another round of storms develop a little bit later in the day. We kind of quiet overnight from the satellite standpoint. You can see the very lack of rainfall, and then we start seeing additional thunderstorms develop across the northwestern Gulf and slowly try to push into coastal Louisiana, and then we get more of a broad area of showers across much of Louisiana and southern Mississippi throughout the rest of the day, with activity dying off at night again. So as we go and look at radar now, you can see initial storms around the coast. Those push inland Saturday, especially across the South Shore. Then we get a break, and then additional storms start to push in from the west, really kind of hammer the New Orleans area again, and especially Hancock, Harrison County, and then around Pike and Emmett County. Overnight, we're pretty quiet, as you can see, and then start seeing activity across the northwestern Gulf. A lot of that activity really pushed more to the east, right along the coastal area. So we didn't get a lot of thunderstorms, but we did get a lot of showers across southeast Louisiana and much of southern Mississippi in the afternoon and early evening hours. So let's look at the forecast for the rest of this week. Looking at the surface map, as you can see, from basically tonight through the rest of the week, there really isn't much to discern there. We do have a weak boundary that's kind of draped across the area, and then there's rain possibly each day. But even as we get into the later portions of the week, we still just kind of have broad low pressure and even high pressure across the Gulf of Mexico, and then the lower pressure across lower Mississippi Valley. And we will see rain continue to try to develop. It's going to be more because of the systems in the mid-levels. And what you're going to see here is what we call the 5-inch Millibar Map. Right now, you can see that high pressure area over the Four Corners region, California, Nevada, which is causing the extreme heat wave they're having, it remains in place while we have high pressure over the southeastern United States of Florida. And what that does is it provides what we call weakness across the lower Mississippi Valley. And even as we get into the later portion of the week, as the ridge tries to build in overhead over around the upper and mid Mississippi Valley, that trough cuts off into a low over basically Louisiana, northern Gulf, and Texas. And that's going to continue to lead to rain across the region. Well, with that, let's go ahead and look at the forecast for the rest of the work week and into the weekend. And we've got 4 areas that we generally try to show quite often: New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Macomb, and either Biloxi, Gulfport, or Pascagoula. This one we're showing Biloxi. And as you can see for New Orleans, we have highs that are going to remain in the mid-80s all week and lows that are kind of in the mid, maybe lower 70s all week. But look at the rainfall. It's 70% at least Monday through Saturday, and then we drop down to 60% Sunday. But if you look at the back end of that week, we have a 90 and 80% chance of rain on Thursday and Friday. So taking a quick glance at Baton Rouge, as you can see, the highs, again, in the mid-80s mostly, a few low 88s in there. Lows are going to be in the lower 70s. The reason we see these lower temperatures, 85 to 86 for highs, and even lows in the lower 70s, is we're going to see a lot of rain throughout the week and a lot of clouds. But again, like New Orleans, you look at the pop, we have 60% for tomorrow, 70% on Tuesday, and then we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's 80, 90, 80%. Finally dropped down to 70% this weekend and a 60% on Sunday. Looking over there at Macomb, we do have highs in the mid to even lower 80s. Look about that Thursday, Friday, Saturday time frame, 81, 82 degrees for highs. Not too bad for early September. And if you look at the lows, we have lows at 70 and then drops into the upper 60s for the back half of the week. Again, this is all thanks to the clouds and rain that we are probably going to see widespread on that Thursday or Friday. You look at the chance of rain, 60% both Monday and Tuesday, and then we have 80, 90, 80, and 70 for that Wednesday through Saturday time frame, and then back down to around 60 on Sunday. And finally, if you're interested in the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, coastal areas around Biloxi, Gulfport, Pascagoula, we're looking at highs again, kind of the upper 80s initially early this week, and then mid 80s for the back end of the work week and into the weekend. Lows are going to be in the lower to mid 70s again for the first half of the work week, and then we drop down into the lower 70s for Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. Again, it's all because of the rain and clouds we're going to have, which keeps those highs a little bit cooler on Thursday and Friday, which allow us to cool off overnight some more. The rain chances, pretty much like everyone else, we do have like 60% Monday and Tuesday, and then we start to see them climb. Wednesday, 70, and then on Thursday and Friday, when we have that basically that kind of cutoff low I mentioned earlier, we have really high rain chances, around 90, 80%, and then 70% on Saturday and 70% on Sunday. So with high rain chances all week long and then even next weekend, expect to see pretty widespread rainfall. Right now, we're only calling for about 1.5 to 3 inches widespread across the area. However, you get to like coastal Mississippi around Harrison and Jackson counties, we could see 3 to 4 inches. Again, this is just area-wide. This does not include those isolated or even maybe scattered areas of locally heavy rain, which could be even double this. So there could be some areas that see 5, 6, 7 inches of rain over the entire period. And all you had to do is look at Saturday, where we had some places that got 5 to 6 inches of rain just on that one day. So with rain like that expected, at least the early part of the week, we do have a marginal risk on both Monday and Tuesday of excessive rainfall. Again, this is just a marginal risk and not a slight risk. Even though we're not expecting really heavy rain Monday and Tuesday, because of the very moist soils, a lot of water already across the region, some heavy rain over the last couple of days, it may be easy for a few areas to see runoff. And we see some isolated areas where we can see flash flooding, and especially ponding and low-lying and poorly draining areas. Well, thank you again. Hopefully this gets you ready for the work week. If you have any concerns with the forecast, please don't hesitate to find us on Twitter or Facebook, and give this video a like, along with you can go to our website and look at the forecast as well. Thank you again very much, and have a great week, and try to stay dry.